Amy put a post on her Instagram. We went to the beach and enjoyed that. And it was good.
Good.
You know, you ever go to the beach?
Yeah, a couple times a year.
All right, let me ask you a question. So when you go to the beach, are you going out there for 30 minutes, an hour, just kind of taking the bare minimums, or are you the dad who packs it up, man? You got the cart. You're gonna spend good 45 minutes to an hour kind of preparing, getting everything onto the cart. Situate your chairs, maybe an umbrella. Whether you got one of those other things that ain't an umbrella, whatever it is, do you take music, food, snacks, drinks?
I'm the first one.
Minimum.
I'm the first one. I don't want to make it my central core reason for being out there. The beach is an accessory to the overall experience. So we'll pack a bag.
I don't like you.
You're the other one.
Yep.
Tell me. What happened?
You and my wife are the same.
Okay.
Y'all would do the beach the same way.
Yeah.
I love all of the traditional, when you become a parent, and when you decide, you know what, I'm not going to be single anymore. I'm getting married, and then I'm going to have kids, and I'm going to do this family thing. You buy in, you're full on. I know you've done this. And then you start to think about all of the things that you did in your childhood that involved your family or you as a child that you enjoyed, right?
Yeah.
And you want to experience new things that you haven't experienced before as a family. And one of those things is, which I never strived to own a house at the beach. I never thought, man, one day that's a goal of mine. It just kind of happened. And when that became an opportunity for me, and we're going to spend time there, I'm thinking, man, I cannot wait for that traditional pack it all up, go out there at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, put it down, have some lunch, listen to music, make some sandcastles, play some games, play in the sand, swim in the water, and it's a 2 to 4 hour experience. You sit down and you camp. It's camping, man.
Yeah.
And so
it sounds like it.
Yeah. And look, I am 100% willing to put all this together, load it up, and I am 100% willing to put all the back in the box, in the cart, and bring it home and wash all the freaking sand off of it. I'm happy to do all of this work.
Good, because that's necessary for it to happen.
100%.
That's what we're lacking, the person to want to do all that.
You're
that guy, though.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
I love that. That gives me, I get good vibes from putting it together, organizing it, getting it, just like prepping a brisket, right, for the barbecue. I enjoy doing that. Just like getting all together to go hunting. It ain't the shot that's the fun part. It's the actual prep, getting ready to go.
I agree with that.
And so
yep.
I enjoy doing that, to go to the beach. And then going out there, if I'm taking all that out there, I ain't sitting there for an hour. I'm going to go out there and spend 4 hours, right? Now, I know the kids get tired, and when those things happen, you go ahead and say, all right, we're bailing on this. Kids are tired. It's time to go back. I mean, literally, our house is right at the beach. So, I mean, if we want to put one kid, take one kid back, or somebody needs to go use the bathroom, or somebody's hungry or whatever, the back, we don't have to pack it all up. But if it's obvious that the kids are tired and want to go home, all right, fine. I'll pack it all back up. Nobody else has to do a thing. But that's the way I am. And Amy's not quite that way. I mean, she don't mind, but I don't want to make a big deal. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus here, but I was just curious. I must be unique in that way. I mean, when I go out to the beach and I look around, everybody else's production's pretty damn big. I don't see no minimalist out there. Everybody else got chairs and toys and laying everywhere.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're alone. I think that there's a lot of people like you.
The tradition, I mean, I think I am in the traditional sense, the most like everybody else.
Maybe. I just will make the point, and you hit on it, is that I am that guy when I know that the plans will follow through, which is also another way of saying that is when I know I'm by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring up hunting, I am that way. I will pack my bags. I will put a lot of thought and effort to it because I know that it will the plans that I have for myself will follow through and nothing will change. If you add kids to the equation, just plan for it not to go the way you thought it would.
Okay,
so I'm not willing to go put forth the effort and pack all the things and all this stuff for them just to tell you that they don't want to do it or there's something else that I didn't think about. I don't put myself in that situation.
You're right. And that's the part that I don't know. All right. I'm still new enough in this whole thing as a dad that I haven't packed all the shit up, drug it all the way out there to be turned back around, to go back to the house 30 minutes later. I haven't done that enough times to go, you know what, this ain't worth it.
Because I will throw a tantrum. and if I get turned around, I will throw a tantrum and people around me will know it.
Oh, man. Well, that's an interesting, we talked a little bit about parenthood or being a dad and all that stuff. And it seemed to, people seem to react to it. Really appreciated the conversation.
We got texts from people that I didn't see texts coming from.
Yeah. So,
so did something happen at the beach this weekend? Did you and Amy have not an argument or anything, but did something happen that made you think that you were wondering if other people were like you?
No. Me and Amy, every time. So, I will say, hey, man, which day are we going to dedicate to going out to the beach? Okay, let's look at the weather. Saturday's the warmest. That's a good, clear, warm, sunny. Let's go. Let's do Saturday. Okay. So Friday we're going to hang around, do something else. And so, in my mind, I'm like, all right, man, Saturday's the day, boy. 10 o'clock, man. I'm going to ease downstairs. I'm going to start getting the cart ready. I'm going to get which umbrella I'm going to take. I got a couple sets of chairs. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to take this. What is it? What is that damn thing that's just the wind?
The wind, and it carries it, and it makes a shade for yourself.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
Whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, it's like a parasail for the
ground.
ground.
It's got a name. I can't remember what it is. But we got all of them. We got them all, right? I got options. And so I got options in chairs. I got old original Budweiser beach chairs.
What? That's
dude, I got a Budweiser umbrella. All that from when I was a rookie. Yeah. I got all that. So, dude, I've been ready for this for decades.
And you've just been waiting to basically activate all these things.
And so, I'm like, yeah, man, I can't wait. And then when the day comes, Sunday comes, I'm like, all right, we're ready to do this. And she's like, we'll go out there for a little bit, and Alice got to go down for a nap and this. And I'm like, she's like, I don't want to be a big production. We'll just go out there and, maybe we'll just go walk. Maybe we'll just take the dogs and the kids and just go walk. I'm like, whoa. Like, it's not, I don't know. I'm willing to take responsibility for my imagination taking off and running in a direction all by itself and thinking that it's going to be this way, when in her mind, she's doing this other thing. Like, man, we're just going to go walk. We're just going to go out to the beach for a little bit, let the kids play till they get tired and come back. In my mind, no, man, we're plopping down.
So I think I'm going to make a statement that I think is controversial, and it'll probably get me some hate. But I will just throw it out there because I think it's worth discussing.
You do this to yourself.
I know I do. I know, and I'll regret it. But I am of the camp that thinks the beach is overrated.
Mm-hmm.
And so did Alex Timms give me a?
You're gonna get some hate. That's
what you're agreeing upon.
That's a cold take, right
there. Listen, I go to the beach a couple times a year. But let's just be clear what comes with the beach. You better bring the sunscreen because you're going to get sunburned if not. Putting on sunscreen's not an enjoyable experience.
Hey,
sand is in between. It's all in your clothes, and it gets in places that don't feel good.
Oh.
The water's going to usually be cold. Do you even get in the ocean? Do you get in the ocean?
Not when I do when it's warm.
Yeah. So it's like, it's very temperature sensitive, that ocean. Doesn't have an automatic heater. Yep. I've been caught by a jellyfish before. Not fun. Hurts like hell. I'm just saying, I go to it once a year. It is relaxing, but then the things that come into the beach experience can also detract from the relaxation.
Well, if the jellyfish doesn't sting you, you don't get pissed on by your spouse.
Good point.
And then we don't have a great story.
I forgot about that
for the podcast.
She should have just pissed all over me. It would have been fine.
One thing too, man. I mean, these are simple. These are very simple adjustments that can be made to improve your beach experience.
You're right.
Like the suntan, the sunscreen goes on at the house.
No, yeah, I got
so
it.
much. Well,
It's a good
just hear me
point.
out. Like I'm like you. I'm a I'm a guy. I'm gonna throw the in the bag and I'm carrying it out there and I'm gonna put it on when I'm in the middle of I'm out there in the sun in the sand, right? Which is not as easy, right? You're rubbing that on and sand's everywhere and you're grinding that. You get sunscreen and sand mixed together and yeah, I mean, so my wife though is much smarter and she puts it on at the house when it's nice and everything, it's easy to do. And so I mean, I don't know about the sand getting in certain places. I have not had that experience in
Never?
in a long, long time. Like when I was a kid, but I was wide ass open on the beach. Now I kind of try to sit on a towel or do things to try to keep the sand from going in certain places.
Yeah.
But
the sand ends up on the towel.
Not if you're particularly careful.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I got a 2-year-old. She threw sand all over our ass when we was on the beach. Yeah, I mean, it got everywhere. But
yeah. Well, look, I go a couple times a year. It's relaxation. I'm just saying, I don't go look forward to a day at the beach because it's not the ultimate peace that I would need.
So I have this, when I ride in an old car, I want to hear old music, right? And the vibe at the beach for me, I'm very nostalgic, man, and I just want to tap back into that 70s, that very, very, very young part of my life. Being at the beach with my dad or my mom back in the late 70s and early 80s. And so when I sit down on the beach, I put on the oldies or I put on, classic rock and I turn it, I bring the speaker I can bring because I don't want it to sound perfect, and I try to create this sort of vibe, right? Throw my chairs down, get my old ass Budweiser chair out. All the stuff is dated and old and I don't know. I just enjoy, kind of roughing it, if you will, on the beach. So I'm that thorough in that much. I put that much thought into it, right? And my wife is not that way at all. She's like, we're going out there. We're going to let the kids play. We're coming back. We're going to go for a walk. We're going to have some function. Dog's going to get to walk. Dog's going to get energized. We're going to, I'm more into the experience and the vibe of it, I guess, that I'm trying to create this.
I'm going to be honest with you. Everything you just said sounds awesome, right? Like it sounds awesome. If the plans that you just said actually happen, I would enjoy that. Yeah. I would enjoy that.
I mean, we take sandwiches out there and pre-made all that stuff. It's awesome. Anyway, hey, what kind? What are you? Are you just carrying a book to the beach? Are you taking the dog for a walk? Are you pulling the cart full of? Let us know.